It is the Frank and Friends show. Hi, I'm Frank Murphy.
I'm Kathryn Frady.
Hello, Kathryn.
Hey.
Oh, look at you, lizards lady.
Yeah, birthday present from James.
Oh, nice.
You know, he thought I needed more snakeskin.
So this is new snakeskin.
New snakeskin.
Does it match the boots?
It matches the shoes I have
the
on.
shoes.
Yeah.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm not going to look at her feet again this episode because we did that last time. We are delighted that you are watching, listening, sharing, subscribing. Oh, I got to move the bell closer to Kathryn.
Smashing that button.
There you go. When you subscribe to our YouTube channel, we do appreciate that so much because we're trying to, in honor of Kathryn. Her birthday was this past week.
That's right.
We're trying to boost the number of YouTube subscribers. And so far, so good,
Yeah.
We've been plugging the show on Channel 6. We've been doing everything we can to hype it up. But it's mainly you guys who hit the subscribe button instead of just watching it through Facebook,
Yeah, absolutely. And you can also help us by going to our website and buying some merchandise at frankandfriendshow.com/store.
For your birthday, I put a 20% discount
I
on
know,
everything.
the Frady code.
And I decided to leave it up until, at least, it's up till the end of today.
Oh, okay, nice.
So, because it was easier to just make it go through the end of March.
Nice.
And if I'm feeling generous, I might extend it to tomorrow. But
Well, that's great.
Out of just sheer frustration on my part, I found it easier to just have it run through the end of the month. So technically, you could still go today, March 31st, and get the 20% discount on things with our logo on it, like mugs and bucket hats,
Cell phone
and
cases,
cell phone cases, and
pint
T-shirts.
glasses.
Nice things.
All the things. Use the code Frady.
Yeah. Okay, so your birthday was on Tuesday. You got a beautiful snakeskin thing, which
Yes.
I have to admit, when you walked in, I thought, well, that is so very her. I'm not sure if it's new or not, but it's lovely. Congratulations.
Thank you. I also got this fantastic birthday card.
Oh wow! I didn't know that you were friends with the president. You got I guess when you reach a certain age, they start sending you birthday cards. It's like Willard Scott used to mention you on TV when.
I know they do that in England too. Like when you get to 100, you get a birthday card from the Queen.
I had heard that. Maybe that's what I'm the wrong reference that I'm making.
Yeah.
Because what would the president care?
I know that would be a lot.
So what did he say?
This is from my mother, actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
Your mother is not even American. Write to your mother and say, how dare you? Send your mother a picture of the Canadian White House or some other country.
She'd be very upset that you called her not American.
What is she?
She became an American citizen.
You never told me. I
I was in high school.
Okay, then I take it back, Mrs. Kathryn Frady's mom, because
She worked very hard for that American citizenship.
Well, then I applaud you.
She had a green card when we were growing up.
I thought she was like
time.
my friend Bean's mother who stayed British.
Oh, no. She had a green card. We used to call her, my mom, the alien. So my younger brother introduced her whenever she came to class.
Well, it'd be fairly
she'd be she'd be also doing like some sort of, scones and like doing something British for
really
whatever the class was, right?
She'd only walk on the left side of the room.
Exactly,
yeah.
Exactly. It's where she drove too. It was really scary. So we used to call her our mom the alien, but she became a American citizen.
Insist on singing "God Save the Queen" to the tune of "My Country 'Tis of Thee."
Right, exactly. Yeah, all those things. She worked very hard and decided she wanted to become an American citizen.
I don't even know your mom's name. Is how little I know about your mom. Wow. Mrs. Frady is all I got.
Sandra.
Oh, I could have read it off the letter.
She didn't. Well, she doesn't sign her card to me, Sandra.
Oh.
That would be funny. Okay, cool.
I didn't know.
She says, so I'm like, okay, this is an interesting birthday card. Thanks,
March
parents.
is going out like a lion, and I'm getting eaten alive over here for my stupidity. So, dear Kathryn.
I know this doesn't look like a birthday card, but I'm just prophesizing that it could be your home in the future.
Oh, you're going to be president.
I was like, oh, she must have seen our Beyond the Lens photo.
Very nice. Well, she expects you to be president, or she expects the U.S. government to somehow sell the White House.
To me, yeah.
Well, when they run out of money, they'll just sell it. You sell some of the real estate holdings, and you can just buy it.
I can just buy it. Yeah. I thought she saw our photo from Beyond the Lens when I was pretending to be the president.
Of course, that was a great photo. We can show that again.
Yeah.
Because you looked super presidential, and I looked probably as confused as I am right now.
That's good. Well, you got some cards too.
Part of the reason I'm confused is I got a letter in the mail, and I cannot explain why on God's green earth I'm getting letters from Opera America addressed to me.
Let me see.
At my correct address. Dear Mr. Murphy.
Oh, wow.
I am writing to extend my congratulations and welcome you to Opera America.
Look at this.
I am not in Opera America. In October, after careful
Look at
review by
this.
members of our board of directors, Marble City Opera, which is you, not me, was approved as the newest professional company member of Opera America, one of only 180 in the country. So now they go on
amazing.
to refer to me as a trustee. As a trustee, you can help your company get the most out of your membership by encouraging your staff to participate in conferences, forums, and webinars. Kathryn, you're already doing all of these things. I don't understand. First of all, why did you give Opera America my address?
First of all, I did not. So
why did Brandon Gibson give Opera America my address?
that's another question.
Because
you're a trustee.
What is a trustee?
You care about Marble City Opera and its well-being, its financial security, and continuing to
because maybe I was just going through some last wills and testaments and trust deeds and blah 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 blah, and I was thinking in other situations how I'm definitely not a trustee, or so I learned. But this is significant. How did I get
this? This is great. I'm going to keep this though. Thanks. I mean, I didn't get one of these fancy letters from Opera with the Opera America logo and everything that talks about Marble City Opera.
Here's the next part. Here's the quick guide for trustees.
Oh, good.
You're already going to Minneapolis for this one, right?
Yeah, I'm already doing all that.
So
they just wanted you to know that I was doing it. Actually, they're paying for it this time.
Opera America?
Yeah, I'm going for free.
I am curious if they think that because we do a podcast together that I'm somehow.
Never can tell.
It's because I'm on the board.
It's because you're on the board.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah. So we must have given them the board member list at some point.
You must have.
I mean, because otherwise they just hunted you all down. That's cool too. I mean, I'm all for that. So you didn't know? I really didn't.
Yeah, it had to be you. Here I am thinking, why did you put me on the mailing list?
It doesn't mean I didn't do it. It just means I didn't remember.
Oh, okay.
But
fair enough.
I feel like maybe Brandon Gibson did that.
Well, then all of the other board members should be getting the similar letter.
Yeah.
It's just they're not as freaking out the way I am.
I hope they are, because it's very funny.
Well, when you see that you're a trustee, I'm thinking, they're going to want money.
But also,
I kept reading the thing asking, well, they're going to want money from me.
But it doesn't ask for money anywhere.
It doesn't ask for money.
They're just like, this is very cool. You got a letter.
This is a setup.
That is true. It's probably a setup. However, it's cool that you got a letter about our little opera company in Knoxville.
Only 180 nationwide.
Yeah.
Well, do you think they signed it for real, or is that just?
Is that? Well, let me see.
I can't tell.
Who signed it? Is it Mark Skorka?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they could just print that off, right?
Yeah, it's very nice, though.
All right. Well, good for him.
Yeah.
All right.
It's pretty cool. I'm just saying.
Well, I have another question to ask you about, but I'm a little anxious. I don't even know if I should ask you about this now, because I'm already off because I didn't know your mom's name. I thought your mom was. I didn't know your mom was American. I didn't know.
Well, last time we discovered that I keep a lot of secrets. So.
I didn't know that how I got on the Opera America mailing list with 0 qualifications.
You don't need qualifications except supporting opera.
All right.
Okay.
All
and what's the last one?
Well, mainly I'm supporting you. I mean, because you've got. What we'll do is we'll plug your thing, and I'll do this after the commercial. You've got the Copper Queen coming up, and I shared the event. You sent me the event on Facebook, so I clicked going.
Nice. Thank you.
And for a change of pace, I went ahead and chose a performance early and said we're going to opening night.
Oh, you already responded?
Well, because you're in this one.
That's good.
I figured I should go on opening night because, I mean, I think I understand the proper politics here. When your podcast partner stars in a production, you go on opening night, period, the end.
Works for me.
Right? That would be proper protocol.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Plus, Jerry said that way we can go out of town for the weekend if Megan has the baby.
There you go. Get it out of the way. Make sure you've seen it.
Go to your show on Thursday.
Then take off for the rest of the weekend.
And depending on when Megan has her baby, it'll be maybe that weekend.
Yeah, well, that's exciting.
So that is exciting. All right. We're talking about, I think, Bone Zones on this episode, right?
Okay.
Which has so many exciting things happening and coming up, including this, finally we got it all straightened out for the Children's Museum of Oak Ridge.
Right.
And at bonezones.com, don't forget the S, you can get the full Dr. Bass schedule, including buying the merchandise. But the event that we've got coming up is a fundraiser for the Children's Museum of Oak Ridge. So they keep the proceeds, and it's a great opportunity to hear Dr. Bass talk about the goriest of gory.
Isn't this one where somebody like explodes and it's drawn out all across the
it's the
yard?
The illegal fireworks factory. I think it's Benton, Tennessee. It happened 39 years ago. And they was disguised as a bait farm in the middle of nowhere. And then one day there's a huge explosion at the bait farm because it turns out that somebody made a mistake mixing the explosives for these illegal fireworks. And they blew them, they blew each other up, they blew themselves
to
up.
pieces. Yeah, that's horrible.
Yeah, so they died. It was sad.
Yeah.
But that's why Dr. Bass gets involved. He doesn't get involved unless somebody dies. That's his thing.
Yeah, he doesn't get involved for like happy scenarios.
No.
Yeah.
If you've lost your dog and the dog comes back, Dr. Bass doesn't.
He's not going to be there. No.
Yeah, he's not involved in that, generally speaking. I mean, he'll be happy for you.
Right.
But
well, I need to make sure that my friend from high school knows about it.
Yes, April 23rd at the Children's Museum of Oak Ridge. The tickets are $125, and that is the VIP package. So it includes you getting to one-on-one meet Dr. Bass, take a photo, take a selfie, whatever, and you'll get a goodie bag with, the logo of the event, a commemorative goodie bag. It'll have a Frank and Friends Show magnet in there.
That's fantastic.
It'll have some Sam Venable books. It'll have some a gift certificate or tickets, I guess, actually, for the Children's Museum of Oak Ridge to go back another day. Because this event happens outside of museum hours. It's not for the little kids. It's for grown-ups who want to see all this stuff and meet Dr. Bass. They'll have a food truck there. So April 23rd is the date. It's a Saturday. It's in Oak Ridge. And I hope your friend does come, and I hope you'll go to childrensmuseumofoakridge.org is the easiest way to buy the tickets. But of course, as always, for all Dr. Bass events, bonezones.com. Don't forget the S has the link.
That's right. Yeah, well, that's exciting.
The reason I got ever started with Dr. Bass is because I've interviewed him so many times. So I would have to say that I've interviewed, you and he are pretty neck and neck. I might have interviewed him more because he had one book every year for like 10 years.
Right.
And
You've known him longer.
I've known him 20 years, and I've known you 5.
Right.
But,
so you'd think.
But you made up a lot of time, Brady. You
Get me on the television, radio. I'm here for you.
Well, what I'm saying is that he would have one book every year or every 18 months. Then
I'm doing like 3 events a year.
Yeah. So you were dropping by, or Brandon Gibson was saying, "Hey, can you come on over to rehearsal and talk to some people?"
Yeah, exactly.
And
then you got on the board, and I made you do behind the scenes episodes.
That was one of my favorite things, though.
The Tosca.
You did not have to twist my arm to do that.
That was fun.
That was an easy one.
We should maybe do another behind the scenes for the Copper Queen. Maybe we can get some ghost stories going.
Yeah, I think it'd be interesting to show how you're going to do the ghostly effects. For example, I have no idea.
Me neither.
I would have been. Who's directing?
Jonathan De Los Santos, who's actually the librettist. So he wrote the script. So
he can figure out how to do the spooky stuff?
Yeah, we haven't gotten that far yet. I know he has some ideas.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyway. Well, you're doing it at Flying Anvil Theater, so you can ask around. You've got a great network of people you could talk to and say, "Hey, how do I make myself look ghosty?"
Well, I only appear as a ghost one time, actually, because it goes between 1910 and 2020.
And I'm guessing that you're the ghost in 2020.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, and you're alive.
I'm alive in 1910. Yeah.
Okay, and you play Julia Lowell.
I did look it up. It's Lowell.
Julia Lowell. Mm-hmm. All right. Like the Lowell Observatory? Is she related to that?
I have no idea.
You just blew my mind, because guess where that is?
Is it in Bisbee?
No, but I don't know. It's in Arizona somewhere,
isn't it?
Isn't it in Arizona? Or maybe it's in New Mexico. Never mind. Doesn't matter. I follow them on Twitter. Flagstaff, Arizona.
Oh, could be.
Dun, dun, dun.
Where's our hamster?
Well,
hamster.
That's where Clyde Tombaugh discovered Pluto, I think.
Oh, cool.
Which is why my friend Bean uses Clyde Tombaugh as his handle on Twitter.
Oh, nice.
He's crazy about that.
That's cool. I like it.
So that would be wild if your Julia Lowell is related to the Observatory Lowell.
That would be cool.
Oh my gosh.
I think you're delaying telling us about this.
All right.
I mean, I really want to know.
All right. So coming up in April, we're going to be recording more episodes of the show Up Close.
With Frank Murphy.
For East Tennessee PBS. And you,
I do have to mention that my family thinks it's really cool that I was on PBS. My older brother said to me that last week when we were on the phone, he was like, I see you. I see you getting on PBS and doing all these things.
Did they watch it?
They watched it, yeah.
Because you were episode 1.
Yeah.
It says right there, episode number 1, season 1, episode 1, Up Close with Kathryn Frady, which is the title of the episode.
Yeah, it says it's with me and not you.
Right. Well, we talked about that. The guy's like, I don't have room to type Up Close with Frank Murphy, with interviewing Kathryn Frady. I'm like, just put Up Close with Kathryn Frady. She'll be okay with it.
Makes sense, because it's about me and it's not about you.
The episode is about you. The series is called this. The episode is called that. Makes total sense. Yeah. So I'm booking now guests for the next season or next series of shows. We've got I've recorded a total of 10. So here I am, some big expert like a TV. 10 shows I've gotten done. And now we're going to do the next 6.
Series. Okay, good.
So I don't even know if they'll count as season 1, season 2. It doesn't even matter. Mm-hmm. But we're going to film in April, just like we did with you a year ago. And so I've invited a few people that I know. Silk Cozart, who is a local actor. I'm excited about him. There's a YouTube chef named Adam Ragusia.
Ooh, fun.
Who my son told me about. And then also I've reached out to Scott West and Jane Morgan of Flying Anvil Theater.
Nice.
So some of these may fall through, but one of the ones that's definitely confirmed is from an author whom I met at the Rose Glen Literary Festival. And I, being cheap, didn't buy the book at the time. But we had a conversation. We ended up sitting next to each other at the luncheon because I'm the MC and she's the keynote speaker. And generally speaking, that's how the seating arrangement goes. You put the keynote speaker with their back to the stage at the close table, so they can go straight to get to the stairs. And then you put the MC basically also. So imagine that you're the keynote speaker, I'm the MC, here's the steps to the stage.
Did I even give you a chair as the MC for Marvel?
No, I had to go sit in that closet and hide when I needed to rest my legs. That's when you didn't see me. That seems
more appropriate
when you didn't,
to put you in the closet rather than to give you a nice table to sit at.
You didn't. I think we ended up squatting at the Julia, what's her name? Pamela Schoenfeld.
But way in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did not do anything.
So
nice. Okay.
I can teach you.
I'll make notes.
But normally at a luncheon, it's the front. It's so far front that it's actually a bad seat because you can't see the stage very well. It's obstructed view, but it's got easy access to the stairs to the stage. So she's sitting there, I'm sitting here, and we converse as I want to do.
Yeah, that's good.
And then I thought, well, I need guests for this PBS show. I'll write to this lady. Her name's Renea Winchester. I'll write to her and say, hey, Renea, you want to be on the show? But I need you to send me I need a review copy of the book. So I said, could you have your publisher, and I know how to do this because I've done it before, could you have your publisher send me maybe a PDF or an ebook? Makes sense. There are certain services that one of them is called Edelweiss, and it provides ebooks for reviewers.
That makes complete sense because you don't want to send out a full copy.
Right, and she said she would send me the hardcover book, or the hard book, rather, paperback. So she wanted my home address. Nice. So here it is. It's Outbound Train. As you can see, I'm about a little more than halfway through reading it.
Nice.
And I still have 2 or 3 weeks before I interview her. So I'll easily have it finished by then, and it's very good.
Is it fiction or nonfiction?
Yeah, this is her first novel.
Okay.
And it's autographed on the inside.
Very nice.
Autographed and dated. And with it was
a little card.
This card. Mm-hmm. And this is the part now, having interviewed you more than anyone.
I've never written you a card.
Well, I haven't interviewed her yet.
I'm just saying, I didn't give you a chair. I didn't send you a card. Well,
that's true. You did technically ask me if you could be on the podcast.
I'm terrible.
You did technically say, I think I should be your podcast co-host.
I don't think it's exactly how I said it.
I'm pretty sure it was something like that.
That's also how I got James Marvel, so.
That's true. I think you and I should do a show together, is what I recall you saying.
That's, I mean...
Well, you were right.
That's the way I get everything in life.
Yeah, you were right,
I just
Frady.
tell people.
Don't stress over it. I mean, I'm happy for it. I mean, I'm going to miss you when you're gone next month.
Yeah, well, that's what I do to people.
I mean, gone as in away, but coming back, not permanently gone. Okay.
Okay, so can I read this?
I hope so. If you think not, I'm asking your opinion first as my friend. Are you my friend? Yes, you're my friend.
Apparently, I'm your only friend, according to Tal.
Tal Shatara, Channel 6. So, do you think it's okay to read this on the show? I think it is, because it's a little. Yeah. Okay.
I think it's fine.
All right.
Here's to the beginning of a new, tightly woven friendship. That's very nice. Keep reading beyond chapter 1. Remember, without a little darkness, we cannot enjoy the beauty of the light. That's beautiful.
Isn't it? She's a writer, so you would imagine.
You would hope
that it would be beautiful.
Yeah.
So it is a lovely card and her lovely handwriting and all of the things. And it's set in Bryson City, North Carolina, on the wrong side of the tracks. Hence the reference to the outbound train, which, affects everyone. It's their alarm clock. In times of depression, people think about, maybe jumping in front of the train.
I hope not.
In chapter 1, there's darkness in chapter 1.
Which is why you got to get past chapter 1.
Yes, there's darkness.
You want to make sure that they don't jump in front of the train.
Right, there's a violent crime in chapter 1 that sets
goodness.
up. But all of that, that happens in 1960, and then it jumps ahead to 1976. Okay. And you have to understand that the violence of 1960 in this particular family caused the situation, the circumstances that happen later. So you have to know it.
Right.
So I understood that. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to power through chapter 1. Here we go. And I made it.
Good.
I made it through the other side.
You were outbound. You were on the outbound train. That's good.
So, all right. Anything else you got before we wrap this one?
I think that the main thing I want to tell you about is the meeting owl.
The what?
Meeting owl.
The meeting owl?
Yeah.
Is this like a superb owl?
I didn't actually meet owl, but...
They used to call me Mr. Owl back in the olden days.
Oh, well, maybe I did meet Mr. Owl.
I'll explain that if you want, but tell me what...
Okay.
Well, all right, so I was kind of a know-it-all.
Surprise.
When I worked at...
Shocked.
At KLOS. And I used to write the trivia questions for the game show that we would do every day, and everyone hated me for it. The name of the game was You Can't Win, and the prize packages were worth like $10,000, and
Nice.
in order to do it, you had to answer 5 extraordinarily difficult questions. And this is in the mid-90s, so it's very hard to research these online at that point. I would have to go into books and things and find these answers, and they were all things you thought you knew, but you didn't.
Right.
Something like one of the questions, easier questions was, according to the Bible, how many wise men visited?
Right, because you think it's going to be 3, but it's clearly not going to be.
Is unknown. It doesn't say.
Right.
Yeah, okay. It just mentions the 3 gifts. It doesn't mention the number of magi. So things like that.
Right.
Tricky questions,
Yeah.
and even more difficult ones. And so they hated me. They all hated me because, and they called me Mr. Owl, and I had a theme song. He knows everything about fast food and Elvis. He knows.
They had a theme song? That's amazing.
A guy who listened to the show is a commercial jingle producer.
Okay.
And he thought it was funny that, they called me Mr. Owl, or in Mark specifically Southern accent, Mr. Al.
We need a theme song.
Yeah.
Anyone out there writing jingles for the Frank and Friend show?
Wait a second.
Hello?
Tim Coleman did say he was going to make this one. You know composers.
I do.
But that costs money.
Yeah. Well, and do we want like an opera?
No, I want one that sounds like a cartoon.
Exactly. So it's different.
Which is what the Mr. Owl song sounds like. It sounds like a cartoon theme song.
That's good. Well, this is nothing like any of those things that you just described.
I should probably play it for you. If you want, I can, if I can find it.
Yeah, if you can find it, I want to hear it.
Steve Barden.
But this meeting owl was the coolest thing I've ever seen. We were having a meeting, and some people were on Zoom and other people were in person. And this was a device that's like a tall little tower, and it has a camera at the top of it.
Yeah.
And you plug it into your Zoom in your computer, and it shows all of the people who are on Zoom, the people in the room, like when they're talking. So like if I'm the person talking.
So it's the opposite. Wait a second. It's Zoom. Okay, because on Zoom, the person who's talking lights up.
Right.
But when we have 10 more people in the room,
yes.
it's just a jumble.
It's just a jumble for the people who are online. So this allows the people online to feel more like they're in the room. It also magnifies like their voice when they want to talk. So all of a sudden you can hear all of the people who need to say something who are online.
Oh.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, because that was a problem in the last meeting where Brandon Gibson had to text someone in the physical room
to say something,
to tell us that he was trying to get our attention on the Zoom because no one was looking.
Right. So I really want to own one of these for Marble City Opera meetings. So do you think I can just go ahead and purchase it?
Oh, because I'm a trustee? Mm-hmm. How much does it cost?
Do you think I can just go ahead and purchase it?
Oh, I'm supposed to say yes. I have a feeling. Take two on that. Yes, Kathryn.
Fantastic.
Of course you can.
Yeah, I looked it up. They're $1,000.
Did you buy it already?
I did not. Because that's a lot of money.
Because I thought you were saying that you already bought it.
No, I didn't. Because that's a lot of money. $1,000. But I'm trying to figure out how I can really convince my trustees that we need this meeting owl.
We don't need it. Just tell the people on Zoom to come in person.
Come into person?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, a year ago we needed it.
Well, we still need it because Brandon Gibson's not coming in person.
All right.
So Brandon can buy it.
Yes.
Okay.
But also for that price, we could probably hire Jim Johnson or someone to come in and just do a roving camera.
Yeah, he could. That's hilarious. Can you come to all of our meetings with a live camera, live stream it to the people?
To Brandon.
Yes, okay.
So I looked up, all right, so you want me to approve a $1,000 expense. I'll get excoriated by the chairman of the board over there.
Oh, yeah, no, that's fine.
You think he would approve it?
I don't know.
Well, he approved it money for you to go to some fancy...
Right. I could not go to that and we could get a meeting owl.
No, you should go to Introduction Knoxville.
Okay.
It's good.
The meeting owl is really cool.
I'm sure it's cool.
It's really cool. Anyway.
All right, I will think of a way that we can...
think what we can trade off, No,
I'll think of a way that we could just, when it's your turn to talk at the meeting, you have to go stand up in front of the camera and talk to Brandon.
Okay.
I mean, we could fix it. There's other ways you could fix it. You could put up a podium. And
so I hear you volunteering to be the Zoom administrator, or you can sit next to the Zoom on my computer and make sure.
How much time in this episode? I think it's time to go, Kathryn. I think the show's over. I think we're at 28 minutes. I think it's time to.
Oh, it's like, whoa! Did you feel that? There was just an earthquake. Okay. On that note.
Do you want to hear the Mr. Owl song or not? Because you can.
I do.
I looked up Steve Barden's website, and look here, way down the bottom, it's songs he did for radio, which is the You Can't Win theme song. I'd forgotten he'd done that. The Mark and Brian theme song. The Mr. Owl theme song.
Nice.
But if you look up at the top, you can see that in the 25 years since he did that, he has done songs for ABC, CBS, the CW, NBC. I mean, look at these. Look at these
amazing.
credits.
Annie. And
Animal
Bravo.
Plaza. And then some of them,
Comedy Central.
with exactly what it is he made themes for. And he also does commercial production music, which is sort of a generic music that you would license to put behind your
That's very cool.
commercial. Okay. So the Mr. Owl theme song was about me and my know-it-all status. So what I'll do is I'll play it for you in the room and then dub it in so everybody can hear it.
Great.
Okay. All right, here we go. Miss Steve Barden, Mr. Owl.
Who's the cat who knows the stuff that you and I don't? Who will learn about the stuff that you and I won't? He can tell you all about the smells that are foul. Who's the man? What's his name? Ooh, he's Mr. Owl.
Oh, that's cute. Too. Yeah.
All right, one more verse.
Geography, philosophy, science, and math too. All about the presidents, Elvis, and fast food. He can tell you when to use a consonant of his name? Ooh, he's Mr. Owl.
Oh, nice. I like it.
Isn't that lovely?
It is. That's really cute. I like the whoo.
Yeah, so,
That's cute.
all right, so there you go.
Very cute.
I don't know if you can find that on Audible, but
But maybe if you get audibletrial.com/Frank and Friends show,
yes.
you might be able to find it and download it for yourself.
I find I have to ask, when I interview Renea Winchester, I'll have to ask her if her books are going to be audio booked yet.
Right.
So she's brand new. You know, this is her first novel. She's written nonfiction before this. But all sorts of things that you can find. Thousands and thousands of audio books, also podcasts, also custom audio entertainment. Our very show is on Audible. You can listen to us right there. When you use that code that you just mentioned,
audibletrial.com/Frank and Friends show.
you're helping support our show because you sign up for 30 days, absolutely free, no commitment for those 30 days. They'll give you a credit for a download. Make sure you use it. Make sure you actually do the download during those first 30 days because then you keep that forever.
Absolutely.
Regardless of how long you keep the membership.
And it is free, and you will not receive a letter from Opera America.
That's part of it. They say that in the sign up. Do you wish to receive Opera America mailings? Yes or no?
Yeah.
No.
You don't.
I think
You
it's
do not.
automatically opted out of that. And then the cool thing about Audible is you can use it on all your devices, your phone, your Amazon Echo, your
And it
Fire
saves,
tablet.
Yeah, and it saves your place, you know, so when
Yeah.
you're listening to it
iPhone.
in your car, then you can walk into the house and continue listening to it on your Echo. And
Yeah, it's not just Amazon products. Obviously, it works easily on Amazon products because they own both companies. But on your iPhone and stuff, you just get the Audible app.
yeah, it's great.
The end.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's cool. audibletrial.com/Frank and Friends show. Don't forget that because of my own lack of skill, the 20% off sale is still going on
Use code FRADY, FRADY,
at this website.
frankandfriendshow.com/store for 20% off all of our merchandise.
We're still celebrating Kathryn's birthday because she's got on. Oh, I touched it. I'm sorry. I wanted to touch it so bad, but I didn't mean to touch it. I was just trying to do like.
Wow. You
sorry.
know, no hugs, but when I wear the snake skin,
No, I mean
it's leather. Well, kind of.
that's fantastic.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry. As you can see, I
digress.
I like reptiles. I got a freeze-dried reptile
It's true.
behind me also. So thanks for watching, liking, sharing, subscribing on YouTube
Smashing that button.
for notifications. And have a good April Fool's Day tomorrow. Don't believe anything. Because
Nothing.
so much weird stuff has happened in the last 2 years that I might be more gullible tomorrow. You could tell me that
yeah.
this X happened. You could tell me that there was a fist fight at the Oscars. I'd be like, yeah, I might actually believe it.
Right, I
You know,
know.
instead of it being the great April Fool's joke.
Absolutely.
There you have it.
Yeah.
Frank Murphy.
I'm Kathryn Frady.
This is the Frank and Friends show, and we'll talk to you next time.